So I think I'm slowly reaching the point. I get to this point with every series I seem to do. I got to it with God of War. I got to it with Dark Souls 2. Somewhat with Bloodborne. Though Bloodborne was a bit different in that I feel like Bloodborne was shorter than most of the others. But I can't remember Dark Souls 1, but I'm sure I got to this point as well with it. Ah, crap. Where once I get near to not the end of the series, but close, like just reaching the not halfway point, but three-quarters point, it feels like the episodes become a bit more stale because I lack things to talk about because I've already expressed a lot of opinions. But that can't be true because whenever I start a new series, I feel confident that I have new things to talk about. So it's just like a mindset thing I need to overcome. It just feels like it drags on, if you will. That the series drags on. And I get worried about it dragging on. Which is bad because I like playing long games. The Dark Souls games are typically the perfect length. There are, of course, longer games like God of War and Persona. And Elden Ring was a long series. So there are, of course, longer series in there sprinkled in. But it feels like a series like this are kind of like the perfect length because they're not too long, not too short, and I don't really have to worry about burnout with them. Granted, it does get very simplistic after a while, like you've seen these moves 100 times after all. Crap. But that's not to say it's bad. Am I safe on top of the shelf? I am safe on top of the shelf, but those books are definitely going to try to get me. Oh god, I should have put my head in some stuff first. In fact, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I just remembered where I am. Hold on. Hold on. I know what to do. Yeah, so overall, I think it's just a mentality thing that I need to push forward through, essentially. Because I don't think the quality actually drops or that I don't get things to talk about. I think I always have something to talk about so long as I put in the work to actually discuss it. Just a matter of I need to get in the right mindset of no, it's not getting stale just because the series is running longer than you expected. But that's also kind of weird because I never expect a series to go for a certain amount of episodes. I just film them and they just keep going, and I just film until they stop. Essentially, I don't really try to estimate how long the series can go on for, because I'm not really about minimizing the episodes or lengthening the series or shortening them in order to get the most out of them. I just play them to enjoy them and for other people to enjoy them. I think if I was trying to artificially inflate or deflate the time that a series would take, it would take away from the commentary, it would take away from the gameplay. It'd make it not as fun to watch. Or listen to, I suppose. Yeah, so that's where I'm currently at, trying to push through that kind of mindset, if you will. I will say, it is always fun though, starting a new series, because whilst I don't like the whole thought of myself getting stale near the end of a series, starting a new one feels just so fresh and so full of ideas, and just my mind feels just awakened, if you will. So that is a good thing, but it doesn't translate over. Like, I've just started Persona 5, but that feeling of being awakened does not transfer over to this game. It only persists through Persona. So it's not like you need to start a new series to get the feeling, because it doesn't persist through all of the things I'm playing at the moment. Ah, crap. I need to go down there. Come on, come on. There we go. Wonderful. Now then. Slowly. Slowly. They don't even know you're there. Oh crap, they're all transformed! They're all transformed! No! Leave me alone! Leave me alone! Ow! Ow! Okay. Okay. Oh god, that's a lot of sounds. That's why you don't want them with the wings, because they start doing crap like that, which takes half your health. Ah, leave me alone. What happened to the other one? There's another one, wasn't there? Oh, I think I killed it. Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. So I do have some things in mind that I kind of want to talk about, but one of them I can't talk about because it's JJK related, and I don't really do spoiler stuff on here. I try to avoid it anyway. I'm not like a manga coverage channel, so I don't go over what happens in the manga. So I try to avoid spoilers typically. If it's happened in the anime, that's free game. That's free ball. Granted, if the anime's just come out, I still try to avoid specific spoilers. But for the most part, I see anime stuff as fair game, whereas manga stuff is to be avoided. Because that's kind of... Not everyone reads manga, but a lot more people watch anime than they do read manga. Plus, some people may just be waiting for the manga to be animated. And they may not have read it themselves. So I typically try to avoid JJK stuff and just manga spoilers in general. Which is bad for me because I just caught up with JJK and I really want to talk about it. Because it is very interesting and I do have a lot of thoughts. But I guess that's why I also have my TikTok. I've been talking on there about it quite a bit. Like I posted 4 videos talking about JJK recently. Which is the most I've done in months for TikTok. Which is a bad thing. I really need to push that more because pushing that helps me to push this, which of course gets it out there more. Which is something I've been a bit conscious of as of recently, is that though my subscribers aren't moving, I don't mind too much since they're not dropping. So I don't mind if they don't move up too much. Since they're not really moving, they're not going down. One thing that is going down though is the views. So it makes me more so concerned that the content isn't entertaining enough. Which is something I want to of course fix. To make it entertaining, make it fun. But I'm not sure where I would begin with that because the views seem to go up and down randomly and I can't seem to work out a rhyme or reason to it. Maybe it's the topics I discuss, maybe people don't like anime as much, so they tend to not watch it if I'm talking about that more. I'm not entirely sure. Gotta go Flame Spear. Oh god, okay, do I have the cat ring? Please say I have the cat ring. Please. Come on. No cat ring. And I don't think I can survive that drop without the cat ring. Okay, I'm going to leave that. Just a quick heads up. If you do Greirat's request properly, and after you send him to Barrio Valley, he'll then want to come here, to the castle. If you send him here, he will die. No matter what, Greirat does die if he comes to this castle. And down there is where you'll find his body. Oh no, I guess I could drop to it from here. There we go. Yeah, so around here is where... I'm pretty sure it's right here, which is why there's all these... Yep, you don't deserve this, our friend. Yeah, so this is where Greirat's body will be if you followed his questline all the way through. Sorry to say he doesn't have a happy ending. Just gonna avoid all of that. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. Crap, I didn't need to heal there. Run, 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 run. There we go. Perfect. So with nothing more like concrete to talk about, since I don't just want to go on about like statistics for YouTube and crap, since it's boring and plus it's not something I should really talk about. So it's not entertaining. which is the whole point. These videos are meant to be something people want to watch. With that in mind, I did have some more ideas for my book. I'm not going to go on about it too much, because this is like a very big spoiler thing for the book, which I don't want to just put out there years before it's, been written even. But I've worked out how I'm going to get the main bad guy tied in a bit more fluidly, if you will. It also connects to the giant with two souls I talked about in the last Dark Souls video. So it does connect to that one. But the main villain, main bad guy, if you will, or main antagonist of the series, well, kind of the current final boss, if you will. I tend to have a different one if I expand it that much. But the current final boss, anyway, I found out how they can tie in to that big guy. I've also found out how I'm going to tie in other things later down the line using that villain. So I'm very happy about that. Got some of that stuff out of the way. I do need to write it down because currently, oh god, I'm worried about it leaving my mind. So I definitely need to write it. Yeah. Run. There's nothing here, right? I don't think there's anything here. Let there be cinder. Yeah, no, okay. Ow. You guys are all dicks. Oh, there we go. Run. Okay, almost there. Oh crap, there's nothing over here. I forgot about that. Run back this way. Oh god. Oh god. Come on. Just die. There we go. Woo. Undead Bone Shard. Wonderful. Anything else? I don't think so. Goddamn. They are so mad. They are pissed. Alright, we kick this down. Wonderful. And there's also a dunking thing here. Then there is also a quicker way up here. You don't have to go the whole route, that route. You can also just jump to that balcony from out there if you want to. There's also these two idiots. Ow! I stepped on my face. Goddamn rude. Oh cool, I got an Estus flashback, which is much rarer in this game than it is in Elden Ring. In Elden Ring, you defeat groups of enemies and you can get one back. In this game, it's random. It's very random. Speaking about anime stuff that I can actually talk about, since it's not manga related currently, Swordsmith Village arc for Demon Slayer. Goddamn. It is so good. Like, if you're not watching it, like, if you don't watch anime in general, Demon Slayer is a great first one. Like, it's not overtly sexualized. There's not many characters that are sexualized until we get to Darky, I suppose. But Darky season 2, you can already get gripped with the story by season 1, so you don't have to worry about that. Darky was a hit and a miss. Goddamn. Why is she that age? Why is she that age? So weird. Okay. Ah crap. Oh crap, that's gonna hurt. He's about to kill me. Yeah. Yeah, goddamn. Yeah, so Demon Slayer is a great first anime. Season 1's great, Mugen Train, beautiful. Season 2, even better than Season 1, I'd say. If you take out the whole freaking Doki controversy. And the only reason I think about it so much is because as of recently, I've been rewatching this person's reaction to the series like over and over and over again. I've been rewatching his reactions to 2 series specifically over and over and over again. Those 2 series being Bungo Stray Dogs and Demon Slayer Season 2. I just keep rewatching his reactions to them. because they're just so funny. He is so funny. If you don't know who I'm talking about, his name on YouTube is Danny Motta. His reactions are amazing. So, and one of the like funniest things in it is he has like a compilation for season 2. So like a compilation of all of his like episode reactions compiled into one video. And when Doki is first introduced, when she's in like her demon outfit, what the fudge? I'm about to die. Oh no, I'm alive. Yeah, when Doki's first introduced in her demon outfit, you know, the red and black thing that's way too revealing. He makes a whole bunch of jokes about it. And then, like, the very next episode comes on, and he's just sitting there like, okay, I've made a mistake. Apparently she is 13. And it's just so funny. It's so funny. I don't know. That aside, Swordsmith Village, basically perfect so far, I think. The only episode I didn't really care for was episode 2 with the training with the Yoriichi dummy. But even that had payoff because Tanjiro got a sword out of it. Granted, he hasn't got the sword back yet, he hasn't made use of it, but he found an ancient sword, and now it's being, you know, done up for him. So he's going to have like this legendary 300-year-old sword with him once it's all finished being polished and, you know, worked on by Hagoneska. So even though I didn't like episode 2 too much because it was just a bunch of training and crap, I do very much understand its importance. But the rest of the episodes are essentially perfect. Like episode 1, I don't think you could improve on it. Like, you got the Infinity Castle, which is gorgeous for like the first 20 minutes of the episode, I'm pretty sure. And it's just, it is a monument to CGI and animation. Like, that is... Someone wants to look at a pinnacle of animation and CGI in anime, just show them that episode, that 20-minute sequence, and they will understand the pinnacle of where most big anime should be at. Granted, I understand that's kind of it's kind of a high ceiling. Like some teams just do not have the budget for something like that, which is very understandable. I imagine that takes so much money to animate and make. Oh god, it's got to take so much money. But if you want to make like a top tier, the best animation, that's the episode you're gonna have to compete with. See, Demon Slayer is what you're going to have to compete with if you want any chance at being labelled as the anime with the best animation. I understand Fate was like the uncontested king for like years and years and years. But I think, from what I've seen of Fate, I think Demon Slayer has taken that title. Now bear in mind, I hate Fate. I hate Fate so much. Before, I was just indifferent to it. I didn't really mind. I watched Fate Unlimited Blade Works, I've watched Fate Apothrica, I watched Fate Zero, I watched Fate Grand Order, I believe. Pretty sure I watched Fate Grand Order. And I also watched Fate Extra. And I could not understand the hype behind it. I understand the premise, and I think the premise is awesome. I think it's a beautiful premise. I think it has so much potential. But to me, whilst I did like it, like to a degree, I did not understand why everyone saw it as this godly anime. Especially Fate Zero. Fate Zero is probably the one I liked the least. Well, in fact, that's not true. I liked Fate Extra the least, because Fate Extra was freaking awful. It was messy, it was confusing, I hated Fate Extra so much. Which is weird, because out of all of the Fates, it had the most game-like appeal. Which is, you know, big for me, because I love games. And it was the most game-like. So it's weird that they messed it up so much that I hated it. Okay, one down. Don't even think about it. God damn. Those guys permanently die once you kill them, so that's why I focus so hard on just killing one of them. It will just make it easier next time. Oh crap, they don't permanently die, I don't think. Oh crap, I don't think they permanently die, now I think about it. Ah, damn. Yeah, but Fate, oh god, it's just... So I was indifferent to Fate. I very much like Fate Apothrica, where there was like servants versus... So it was like a team of 7 versus a team of 7. I love that. That was awesome. Mordred, I adore Mordred, which is weird because I absolutely despise and hate Saber, which is Mordred's father, mother? I don't know, it's weird. Saber is a woman, but it's based off of King Arthur, so I'm not sure. And don't get me wrong, my hate of Fate is not due to its quality, it's due to its hype. It's due to its fan base. Well, not the fan base specifically, but everyone else's appreciation for it. I found it to be fine. It was just that. Just fine. It was decent, in my opinion. Did it have some great moments? Of course. Alexander the Great's speech to Saber is one of the best speeches ever. It is wonderful. It is something I will take inspiration from for some of my rulers, for some of my characters, because I adore it. Because it's true, it's right. Because, oh god, I love that speech so much, and I love his character so much. And so it just, and I love Mordred, so it just makes me, I know there is wonderful things about Fate, I know there's good things about Fate, but it is not on the pinnacle people put it on, in my opinion. It is decent. Fate Zero was decent, but people praise it and adore it and gush over it so goddamn much that over time my hatred for it has just blossomed. With that in mind, I do think I need to watch it again just to give it a second chance, because it would be wrong of me to try to judge it without giving it another chance, because I was younger when I watched them. I was in secondary school, which for those of you who don't know is around 15, 16, and at the time I was of course very much into more harem romance based anime, so I was more interested in the design of the female characters more than the story of Fate. So I do need to rewatch it. That said, I don't think anything can recover Fate Extra. Fate Apothicra I've always enjoyed, but Fate Extra, I also don't think anything will recover that. Because I think my disdain will still remain because of its reputation as one of the best, and I just do not see it in that light. It's decent, but in my opinion, Apothrica is better. I think maybe even Unlimited Blade Works is better. But another thing I found so annoying is how confusing it all was. I got so confused with Fate. I think it was the order that confused me, because there was so much. Because apparently, like Apothrica, no, not Apothrica, but Stay Night and Unlimited Blade Works are like the same, and then there's also the Heaven Feels movies, which are the same. And I think there's a Stay Night movie. Now, I think the Heaven's Feel movies, Stay Night and Unlimited Blade Works are technically all the same game, but it plays out differently, which is, I don't know, weird. I need to look up like a list for how to watch it, which is another thing I don't like, having to look up lists in order to be able to watch something. It's one of the reasons I can't really get into a certain magical railgun, because I have no idea where to start with that series. Because it sounds interesting. I've seen some clips of it. It looks interesting, and I really would like to get into it a bit. But it is just so confusing. Oh god, I don't know. Like even something, I prefer something like Don Moch's viewpoint of it. Just put it in seasons, please. Oh god, it's just, I need to look up lists for that kind of stuff, and it just gets tiring. I will give Fate another try just because it feels wrong to judge it as it is currently with my own like memories, because of course memories can be deceiving, so I need to look at it again. One thing I think that won't change is my adoration, if you will, or admiration and affections for Mordred, because Mordred's awesome. Mordred is so awesome. She is a better Saber in every way, in my opinion. I hate Saber so much. I think it's because she is so goddamn passive, from what I can remember. And it's so annoying. Because she's just too kind. Which is entirely the point of Alexander's speech. Saber is too kind. She relies too much on her ideal of a perfect king. She pushes too much towards the ideal of a perfect king. That she just was never a good king. She never learned to lead the people, her people, into a state where they could rule and lead without her. They needed her around, otherwise they just would not survive. And so when she wasn't around, they crumbled. And it's just, I think it's why I've explained this before, is why I love Blue Lock so much. Is because the characters in that anime are greedy. They are all greedy. It's the entire point of the Blue Lock system. It is to foster your ego, to make you more greedy, to make you want goals, to make you want to be the best striker, to push down others, to put yourself above them. That is the entire goal of Blue Lock. To simply realize yourself as the ultimate striker. To push down everyone else and climb and claw your way to the top. Which is something that I don't think she's able to do. Now, bear in mind, all the Fates I've seen, none of them include things like the altered versions. So I know there's like Saber, the alternate Saber, which is like a dark Saber. I haven't seen anything of that. I haven't seen any of the things that include alternate versions of the characters. How did I want to look for? I'm sure there was something here. Yes, cat ring. You have the cat ring, don't you? No, wait, hold on. Hold on. I think the cat ring is held by the other one. I think it's held by the one here, the woman that's here. Yeah, so just... Saber isn't greedy enough. She's not aggressive enough. She's too passive. Which is... It's one of my problems with Armin as well in Attack on Titan. He's too passive. You can almost forget that he's a Titan. He is a full-on Titan. He is arguably the second strongest Titan. Only behind the Founder. And maybe the Warhammer if you want to put him at third. Because he is a walking nuke. And yet he refuses to use that ability in order to stop Eren. He says that he will refrain from doing it unless they absolutely need it. The dude's gonna destroy all of humanity! What? You need that power! Use it! Oh god, he makes me so mad. Where the hell is my cat ring?
Best.
Where's my cat ring? What? Yeah, Armin makes me so mad. But I have problems with other characters that are too passive as well. I think that's why Tanjiro is so amazing. Because if he could be a passive person, he absolutely would. If he could be passive, he absolutely would. But what makes him great is he understands that isn't
Farewell,
feasible.
Ashen Maiden.
He understands his role is he needs to kill demons. And he does not hesitate. He pities them. He doesn't look down on them, but he understands the pain they've gone through, and he respects them and pities them and wants to help them in the last moments of life if he can. But he has no qualms about putting them down because they need to be put down, which is why he's so perfect. Because yes, he is somewhat passive, but it doesn't hinder his task. His task to kill demons and to cure his sister, which is, it's beautiful. It's amazing. I love it. God, it's just, I have so many thoughts on Fate and stuff. It's hard to put into words my feelings on it. Well, I guess I just did. I guess. So I guess it's not too hard. With that said, though, I will leave things there for now. Sorry we didn't get much progress done in this episode. We're basically at the end of the Grand Archives now that we've unlocked that lift, though. But we are going to finish up the princes at the top of the tower. A little bit of a spoiler there, there's princes up there. We're going to kill them. And then after that, we're doing the Dragon Eyrie. And then after Dragon Eyrie, we're going to do the DLCs. We may do the Frost DLC, the painting one, before we finish with the Dragon Eyrie place, because Nameless King is going to be one of the hardest fights in the game for us, I imagine. I imagine it will be harder than Sister Fried, so that'll be fun. So with that in mind, I shall leave you all there. If you enjoyed, if you don't mind, like, share, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.